Let's stop reusing and start reducing these so-called facts about waste management. No wait, where you going? I swear it's gonna be interesting.
Protect the environment, or I'll f***ing kill you!
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. Welcome to WatchMojo's Top 5 Myths. In today's installment, we'll be counting down the top 5 myths about recycling.
How you doing? You're gonna love this neighborhood. Every single house here recycles. We're done here.
Yeah.
Myth number 5, recycling was invented to reduce waste. According to Samantha McBride, author of Recycling Reconsidered, regardless of how wholeheartedly environmentalists adopted and championed the system, recycling programs were really never intended to save the environment or reduce waste. It was a solution by manufacturing industries to avoid legislation over packaging.
You may not realize this, Marshall Erickson, but you've got a huge package.
When plastic became the new standard in packaging in the 60s and 70s, it quickly began to overwhelm landfills. The seemingly logical solution would have been to develop regulations to limit excess packaging. But no profit-maximizing industry likes to be regulated.
Got a healthy distrust for a big government.
The main industries involved, especially the beverage industry, pushed for municipal recycling as a means to shift the burden socially and fiscally off themselves onto the consumer and local governments.
So what you're saying is, everything is society's fault and we as individuals never need to take responsibility for anything.
No.
Myth number 4, anything you put in compost or recycling will just biodegrade in a landfill anyway. It's a common argument made by anyone who can't be bothered with a multi-pronged waste management solution in their neighborhood.
I'm on this bike every day because I care about the planet.
The thinking behind it is that anything capable of decomposing is going to do it over time naturally, regardless of whether it's in a compost heap, at a recycling plant, or in a landfill.
Eggshells, carrot tops, compost is cool!
But here's the thing. In order for things to biodegrade, oxygen is needed, as well as a proper balance of materials.
You better put that in the recycling bin.
All of it.
In landfills, the massive piles of garbage don't allow for enough oxygen, reducing the rate of degradation significantly. Furthermore, most recycling materials take ages to decompose naturally. Most plastics take between 450 and 1,000 years. Glass bottles will literally take millions of years to break down in a landfill. Myth number 3, goods made from recycling materials cost more. Marketing is largely to blame for this common misconception. Many companies charge more for products packaged or made out of recycled materials. But in reality, goods can be made from recycled materials quite cost effectively, either on par with those made from virgin materials, or in some cases at a fraction of the cost. For example, making cans from recycled aluminium takes 4% of the total energy needed to make them from virgin materials. But made from recycled materials is a buzzword in the packaging industry and a great excuse to charge an extra buck. Admittedly, low-grade plastics are not yet cost-effective to recycle, nor is recycling glass if it's melted down between each use. Reusing bottles, however, is totally financially viable. Myth number 2, if recycling was financially viable, it would be the natural choice of the free market. Among the many arguments made by Penn and Teller against recycling on their show BS, is the idea that the free market should dictate our waste management solutions, pointing towards the fact that recycling programs are subsidized as proof of its failure. But with more efficient recycling systems, recycling is becoming increasingly worthwhile as an investment. Additionally, this complaint suggests that landfill waste management or incineration isn't government subsidized. While these industries are often privately contracted, government subsidies still usually apply. Furthermore, raw material industries also typically receive subsidies to encourage their growth, meaning that none of the competition is actually playing on the even free market playing field. Like everything else, the value of recycled materials fluctuates, but it has consistently proven itself a marketable good.
Then you go sort out the recycling, which isn't part of the foreplay, but is still very important.
Myth number 1, recycling programs consume more energy than recycling saves. Collecting recycled materials may be expensive, especially when you consider all the manpower involved in the sorting process, but it's far from a self-defeating system.
What the hell are you doing? There's a reason we have bins labeled recycle. What the hell is going on? My God in heaven.
There's no shortage of conflicting info out there, but when the entire life cycle of materials and their collection are taken into account, recycling proves its worth. According to Jeff Morris, an environmental consultant, on average it takes 10.4 million BTU to manufacture products from a ton of recyclables, compared to 23.3 million BTU for virgin materials. As for the collection and processing of those recycled materials, you only need to add 0.9 million BTU. Recycling is more effective in a fair competition, even before you consider the very worthy environmental and resource-related benefits.
And recycle those plastics, or else I'll turn you into a fucking tree.
So which of these myths did you believe? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.